Hello everybody and welcome to Red's Outdoors. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, and well, there's a reason for it. I am outside of my backyard right now, so please excuse certain noises like random dogs barking, airplanes flying overhead. I am close to a municipal airport. The reason why I haven't made a video lately is just, quite frankly, we haven't been able to. I don't live on land, so I can't go out and go shooting. We've been shooting on my father-in-law's land, and with the whole COVID thing, it's just been really tough to do that. Everybody in my household, if you've seen on the previous videos, came down with COVID. He did not. We was not going to go down there and visit him. He is an older gentleman, so we didn't want to take the risk of taking anything to him. So we've just kind of stayed away. We're hoping to eventually be able to get back down into that when we go down there and visit every other week or every week, whatever, where I can shoot a few videos and she can hang out with her dad. I do have some ideas of things that we want to do. I mean, I have a lot of video ideas. I have tons of them that I'm wanting to get to, and just right now, I don't have the facility to do it. That's kind of one of the, I guess, the hopes and dreams of this channel, to one day get to the point to where it is monetized and I am getting ad revenue in, maybe eventually someday sponsors, and I can go buy a 10-acre piece of property, which I know some of you guys, wherever you may live, are thinking, hey, that's really expensive. Well, if you go about 80-90 miles east of where I live now, it's really not too expensive, I guess, relative terms. I mean, I have no idea what that noise is. I have seen like 10-acre tracts of land for $35,000, things like that, which is, you know, really cheap to some areas and really expensive for some others. But I have a lot of ideas, and, you know, whether or not I can go there or if I got to, you know, continue to utilize, you know, Elena's dad's property to go out there, there are some ideas of videos that I have coming, one of which I've already started shooting. It was a few months ago, but I was in the middle of a video. I had full intentions of finishing the video, and I saw a little red thing come up with my camera lens. When I went and looked at it, it's basically telling me that the files were corrupted. So I thought I had lost the entire video, and it wasn't until I got home and started downloading things to see what was there and what was lost, I realized that everything that I had recorded was there, and I thought I had lost everything. Had I known that, I just would have continued, because it was still recording even though it told me that it couldn't. I'm not a technical guy, so I don't know why that happened. But that one, when I get a chance to finish it, we're going to finish that one and get it back up. But some of the ideas I have for videos, I mean, I have quite a few. I have a Cessna that's taking off from the airport. It's probably going to, looks like he's going to turn, maybe come over this direction. But anyways, I got a lot of ideas, like putting this .22 revolver up against this .22 revolver, and maybe even up against this .22, or maybe just this .22 up against this .22. See which one's more accurate, which ones I can shoot better. I mean, obviously you get higher capacity with that, but which one's really more accurate? This thing, it's got a pretty heavy barrel. This one, I have not seen a bad review on yet. So, little things like that, and other gun reviews I want to do. I mean, you guys have seen this 45, but I haven't really put it up against a lot of things. Haven't really seen, you know, a lot of comparison against that, maybe up against a 10, and some other ones that you guys haven't seen yet. You know, I'd also like to do a comparison on the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 40 against the Smith & Wesson SD 40. Now, obviously this one holds more, it's got a higher capacity, but shooting wise, how do they shoot? How do they feel? How accurate can I be with both of these? Something I want to find out. And even putting maybe this one up against the 45, or this one up against the 9s. Is there really that much of a difference between a 40 and a 9? We need to find out. It's things I want to do on here. And while we're on the subject of 9s, I'd like to compare this 9 with this 9 with this 9 up against this 9. You know, accuracy wise, how good would they all do? How would they shoot with different ammo? Is a longer barrel really going to make that much difference? Or does it not? How accurate are they? We'll see. I mean, you guys have seen these two, but you haven't seen this one. And you haven't seen that. You guys haven't seen either one of those. So, a lot of things I got left I can do. And you guys have seen this one. That's the one I split the cards with. And the 38. So we've seen the 357 and the 38. But we haven't compared a whole lot together. I did do one video that showed them on there. By the way, they're both unloaded. There's no rounds in them. All of these guns, none of these guns have rounds right now. But I'd like to put them, you know, even the 38, maybe against the 45. 38 against 9mm. There's a lot of different things I want to compare, a lot of different things I want to see, and I got a feeling some of you guys want to see it too. But it's not just handguns I want to compare. But it's not just the handguns I want to compare. I have long guns I want to compare too. For instance, if you're shooting things, even birdshot, buckshot, slugs, how much different is a 410 from a 20 gauge? And then both of them against a 12 gauge. Is there really a big difference between the 20 gauge and the 12 gauge when it comes to buckshot and slugs or even birdshot? I want to find out, and I want to show you guys. And you guys have seen me do the build on this, seen a very short video on this one. Are there really any major differences? I mean, they're both 5.56 223. One is one that I built, bought as a kit. The other one is one that I purchased, already built. Are there really any accuracy differences? I mean, it is two different types of barrels on it, different types of grips. You know, is one better than the other? We'll have to find out. And even maybe some videos on accuracy between 22s. Is a bolt action more accurate than a semi-automatic? Or is this just a better gun than this one? How are they going to react? And what about 22s in general against this 17 WSM? Really hadn't had a whole lot of experience with this gun, and you guys haven't seen it yet. It's the first time you've seen it. But yeah, 17 WSM. I kind of like to get it out and see what this thing will do. You know, these things pretty highly regarded round, varmints, things like that. I'd like to see how far out I can get with any kind of accuracy. Now, granted, it's not the best scope on it, but what can we do with what we got? But even with that, you know, the accuracy of the 17 WSM is the accuracy of a 22 long rifle. Both of them are bolt action. Both of them got scopes that are pretty comparable to what these guns are. How would they fare against each other? And other comparisons like, how does a $300 6.5 Creedmoor stack up against a $1,000 6.5 Creedmoor? Actually more if you add the scope, but this gun you guys haven't seen yet either. I love this thing, and I'd like to be able to get out somewhere where I can, you know, film some shots with this. I have shot out to 400 yards with it. I'd like to go out further with it, but I'd like to be able to show you guys that. Where I was at the time, couldn't really film. So I'd like a place where I could do things like this and compare this 6.5 to this 6.5 and see, is there really a whole lot of difference between what this one can do out at range? I mean, I think at 100 yards, I think they're both going to be, you know, fairly accurate. I mean, at 100 yards, I'm almost touching bullet holes with this thing. And I've seen videos on that one where they're pretty much doing the same thing, but how does it compare when you go out further? And I'd use the same ammo. And I'd even like to compare different types of ammo. You know, the ones that I bought for this, the ones that she bought for that one, that's actually her gun. And try both rounds in both guns and see which round is actually more accurate in which gun, and you know, how the guns themselves do. But I also like to compare some rounds, not necessarily gun against gun, but round against round. I mean, a 30-30 versus 7.62 by 54R, or maybe 7.62 by 54R with 30-30. Against 270, maybe even the 270 against the 6.5 Creedmoor. There's a lot of things we can do that I really want to get to on this channel, and a lot of it is just not necessarily having the time, but having the opportunity to do it. And that's really what I'm looking for. That's the direction I want this channel to go. I mean, I still want to have some fishing videos and stuff on it, a lot better quality than what I had before. The other ones you see on there when I was kind of first starting to do this, editing wasn't as great, wasn't really putting a whole lot of, I guess, effort into going out and finding the fish. We're just out having a good day on the lake, and, you know, if you guys like that, that's fine, but, you know, judging by the views, it doesn't look like too many people did. But there's a lot of things I had to do on this, not just comparing guns, comparing rounds, different types of guns, different calibers with each other, different guns of the same caliber. Also want to do some things with this. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this. I've only used it a couple of times. I like it. It's fun. Definitely don't want to do anything stupid with it. And this is actually what I was going to use to finish off the video that I was filming a few months ago, and then the camera told me it was dead, when in reality, for whatever reason, it wasn't dead. So that's pretty much the gist of it. That's why we haven't made a video recently, and kind of direction I want this channel to go. I am hoping someday I can pick up some land, you know, a good enough piece of land where I can get out and shoot, you know, 300-400 yards out on it. Of course, you know, more than likely I'd have to build a berm. That's not a big thing. I can do that. But that's the direction we want to go. That's what we're striving for. And I do believe that eventually we're going to get there. And for all you people that have came on in the past couple of months to this channel, thank you very much. Anybody just coming on now, thank you very much. I love the fact that this channel is started to pick up, you know, some new subscribers to it. It's very slow. It's very, very slow crawl, but it is happening, and it's coming up a little bit. Now, we're nowhere close to like Kentucky Ballistics or Demolition Ranch or anything like that, and I know that. I'm light years away from that. But for you guys that are watching these videos, sincerely, thank you, and we'll see you next time.